everybody. I'm Connie. Thanks for joining me. Wow, I'm on time. So, take a seat and let's do some yoga. Move our bodies, calm or clear our minds, and make ourselves feel at home inside of ourselves. Tomorrow, Black Swan Yoga is going to start these live feeds from Instagram. So we'll move from this YouTube over to Instagram Live. And the instructors will be videoing from their home or wherever they choose to video. And I think it gives you a chance to kind of meet the teacher in a different setting, right? They'll film from their living room, or hopefully not their bathroom, or their backyard, and maybe they'll feel more comfortable. This studio is beautiful, and it's beautiful when you bring your presence here. So if you're feeling alone right now, you're not the only one. I'm in the studio, it's dark, and I'm all by myself. But I know I'm not alone. So thank you for joining me and raising your vibration inside of yourself as we move through these postures. I feel very fortunate to be part of this group of yogis here at Black Swan. And if you scroll down, you can donate. The funds go to the studio and to all the teachers to help us stay afloat so we can continue to do what we love and be here when this thing is over. Everything changes, every day is different, nothing lasts forever. So all we can do is be in this moment, be in this breath, and try to feel at home within ourselves. Try to let go of everything that is not our authentic self. Sounds like a daunting task. It takes practice. Show yourself compassion. As we move through these poses today, I'm going to, and I would urge you to also practice ahimsa, non-harming in our actions and in our thoughts, especially the thoughts about ourselves. Show yourself kindness and compassion. The same compassion you would feel an orphaned kitten on your doorstep, that kind of compassion. Unless you're a dog person, then a puppy. So let's move on and bring yourself to that strong foundation, rooted in the earth. Feel the weight of your body supported by the earth, and trust gravity is going to hold you here. Release the inner thighs, release the groin, and draw some engagement into the muscles of the outer thighs, the outer feet, and the hips. And it's okay to move around in your body, right? That's what the yoga is about. To untwist, to unknot our bodies, our physical bodies, so we can move deeper inside of ourselves and catch a glimpse of who we truly are. And as you notice your foundation, begin to notice the breath. Exhale all the air out. Inhale through the nose. Feel that swirl of energy in the throat. Rib cage expands, the circumference of your torso, belly, lower back broadens. And on the exhale, find those muscles between pubic bone and tailbone. Draw them in and up as you exhale. Those muscles between the pubic bone and tailbone connect you to your own inner strength and power at the base of the spine. connecting to those core values, not just your physical core, but those core values and those attributes that are already within you that you can use to creatively move through difficult times or even joyous times, right? You want to have a strong foundation so that you can rise up with confidence and soften your heart and be in the moment so that you can feel the joy that's all around you. So keep the breath flowing in and out, allowing thoughts to float past, like those puffy clouds in a bright blue sky. Not latching on to them, allowing them to pass so that you can feel and notice, begin to feel and notice a space between your thoughts. That's where you can grow the deeper connection to your most authentic self. As you notice the breath moving in and out, feel that transition of the breath and smooth it so that the breath becomes longer, smoother, equal and even, without a beginning or an end, and constant through your practice. Even if your breath becomes labored during our practice, just let it go, keep it flowing. If I say inhale and you're exhaling, your breath is flowing, you're good. So feel the shoulders right over the hips, lifting the top of the head towards the sky, lifting the pelvic floor, and bring your hands together at your heart. This chant of Om, it's for you to feel the vibration and remind yourself that each thought, each sound, each movement is vibration, and it's something that we all share. So you want to choose the best you got. We'll begin by chanting 3 Oms. Join me if you'd like. Exhale all the air out. Deep inhale. Inhale, reach both arms up. Open them out like cactus. Arch the back, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Notice where you are without judging yourself. Exhale, hands to the knees. We're gonna round the back. Roll back on your hips a little bit. Tuck your chin, lift the lower belly. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, rounding the back. Lengthen and lift. Exhale, round the back. We're going to roll forward and back along the sides of the spine. Maybe your toes touch the floor overhead. Maybe that sounds a little bit crazy for you. Whatever you got, try to enjoy and shake up that energy a little bit. Maybe change your perspective. Move forward to hands and knees. Press the hips back to the heels. It's okay to change the poses to fit yourself. If you feel like busting out into a handstand today, go for it. You want to do the splits? Good for you. Allowing yourself to be in the moment, shifting the weight from right to left, spreading the fingers out wide. Maybe you're rocking your forehead right to left on the floor and it feels really good. Relax the forehead, relax the brow, and unclench the jaw. Inhale, deep breath. Everything expands. Open mouth, exhale. Keep breathing. That's all that's required of you as we share this time together. Exhale all the air out, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhale, hands and knees. Round your back up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, round the back. Lengthen and lift the chest, not just your chin. Move the spine. Feel one vertebra moving on the next, the one above it and the one below it. Notice what's happening in your body. Take some freedom to move as you feel. What is resistant to the expansion, and explore that. Take your hands closer to your knees and take your fingertips out to the sides and rock side to side. Then go in the other direction. This is the place, this inner sanctuary that we're visiting, each of you inside of yourselves, to explore, to really look at yourself, acknowledge who you are, and be okay with that. Breathe. Now take the backs of your hands onto the earth. Put a little bit of weight or none. You can bend your elbows. Notice those wrists. Bring your knees together, and maybe you're on top of your feet and you feel the tops of your feet in front of the ankles on the earth. Make a couple fists here. We're just checking it out, creating some space. Exhale, lift the lower belly off of the spine. Inhale, reach out and up. Lengthen the front of the body. Let the hips move forward. Breathe. Exhale, bring the hands together at your heart. With the hands together at your heart, start to roll the backs of the hands. So you're just making these shapes with your hands, warming up your wrist. Today is a new moon, and with any new moon, it's a chance for new beginnings. It's a great and powerful time. Sounds like the land of Oz, right? It's a great and powerful time for you to decide what you really want in life and write it down. Really, write it down. Dream big, way bigger. And as the moon grows, becomes a full moon, notice what you've achieved and what doesn't no longer serve you, and you let it go. Inhale, hands and knees. Stretch the left leg back, ball of the foot on the floor, heel back. Round or tuck your chin. Lift the lower belly. Inhale, hands and knees, right leg back, ball of the foot back, heel back, stretch that calf. Stretch or lift the kneecap, engage the thigh. Inhale deep and exhale, turning your toes under. Lift those hips up slow for down dog. Long, smooth, deep breath. Moving around, move your right hip away from your right shoulder, left hip away from left shoulder. Gaze under your left arm, gaze under your right arm. Tuck your chin all the way to the chest, push the floor away. Inhale, gaze at your thumbs, press those heels into the earth. Maybe you're able to lift the toes off of the floor, lifting the thighs, lifting the kneecaps, shins active. Then lower the toes. Let's take the feet wide. It's okay if your heels are lifted. Right hand in the center of the mat, left hand to the outside of the ankle or the shin. We'll take a twist. Gaze under the right arm, taking your belly button to the right. Inhale deep and exhale. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches to the outside of the ankle or the shin or the edge of the mat. Just reach over. Lifting the pelvic floor. Moving your feet hip width apart again. Bring your right foot forward between the hands. Slide the left foot back if you need to. Bring the shin down. Reach the arms out and up. Lengthen the front of the body. Press strong into that right foot like you're dragging the left leg forward, stretching the front of the thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale. So you're dropping the hips and lifting the torso up. Exhale, bring the hands down, turn the back toes under. You're back in that low lunge. Protract the shoulder blades. So push the shoulder blades away from each other, push the floor away, lift the lower belly. Hover the right foot, stepping it down back to plank. So you can be in plank with your knees down, it's okay. Nobody's watching you. Breathe. Inhale deep. Exhale, lift the hips up for down dog. Deep breath in, exhale, open mouth. Gaze between your thumbs. Bring that left foot forward between the hands. Adjust. Your feet are like railroad tracks. Bring the back shin down. Reach the arms out and all the way up. Lengthen the front of the body. Press into that left foot like you're dragging the right leg forward. Breathe. Keep the chin and the gaze forward or to the ceiling right above you. Arms in line with the ears. Exhale, coming down. Hands plant in the mat. Protract those shoulder blades. Hover the left foot. Step back for plank. Lift the hips for down dog. Breathe. Gaze between the thumbs. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Step, jump, walk, or drag yourself forward to the top of the mat. Keep inhaling and exhaling those deep breaths. Putting weight into the balls of the feet, hands planted in the earth. Maybe you begin to feel the hips over the heels. Rib cage is touching the thighs, so that means bend the knees if you need to. Exhale all the air out, bend the knees, bringing yourself slow up. Breathe. Hands scan up the legs. Hips over the ankles, shoulders over the hips. Top of the head lifted towards the sky. Shoulder blades and arms go back. As you inhale, reaching back, shoulder blades squeeze together, hands together at the top of the mat. Inhale, keep your hips forward and turn your chest and your arms over to the right, gazing over to your right. Exhale, inhale, reach the arms up, turning straight ahead. Inhale, exhale, turn the shoulders and the arms to the left, keeping your belly button and your left hip forward. Exhale all the air out. Notice your feet. Exhale and inhale, reach both arms up. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body, let the hips look forward and the toes, the rib cage lifts towards the sky, and the arms stay in line with the ears. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Exhale, standing forward fold, planting your hands in the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding deeper. It's okay to move around and explore here, but also to slow down, right? Let go of all those movements that don't enhance anything in the body, those movements that are just nervous energy. Bring your hands all the way to the mat. Step back for down dog. Gaze between your thumbs. Bring your right foot forward. Reach your right arm forward and up for a twist. Breathe. Equal weight on everything that's touching the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right hand down, Skandasana. Bending the left knee, gazing forward. You could reach your arms up, forward. Your right toe can be lifted or in. Maybe you need the earth to help you. Come all the way up and back to that low lunge. Lower the left leg, take your left hand off over to the left. Right toes point to the right. Reach your right arm forward and up. This time, if you're feeling groovy, you bend the back knee. Stretch the front of that left thigh. Bend your left elbow, feel your shoulder blades together. Engage the right hip. Support that right hip opening. Inhale deep. Exhale. Unwrapping. Lift the back knee.
Move to a wide standing forward fold. Top of the head reaches towards the earth. Lift all 10 toes. Feel the arches of the feet lifted. Feel the inner thighs strong, the pelvic floor lifted. Breathe. Inhale deep, lengthen the spine. We're gonna pivot to the back of the mat to do the other side. So here you go. Breathing into that lunge, hands on blocks or on the earth. Deep breath. Inhale deep. Exhale to that Skandasana on this side. Maybe the heel lifts, maybe it doesn't, maybe your arms are forward. Try to get the shoulders over the hips. Maybe you need the floor to help yourself up as you come all the way back. Lower the back shin, take the left toes to the corner of the mat. So you can karate chop the floor with your left foot as if you're dragging yourself forward. Keep the glutes and thighs active. Right hand moves off of the mat. Reach your left arm over and up. Lift the chest, bend the back knee. You want to move on to the front of the thigh, not the kneecap. Both glutes engaged. Lower belly in and up. Chest lifts. Arch the back. Chin down. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, coming down. Turn the back toes under. We're going to move to that wide standing forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Left hand comes down to the mat in between your feet. Right arm reaches up. Equal weight on everything that's on the earth. Exhale, reach out and down to the mat. Right arm reaches out and up again. Open the heart. Maybe you arch the back here. Exhale, you're gonna dive underneath the left arm. Right hand goes to the outside of the left ankle. Breathe. Bend that left elbow up towards the sky. It's like you're dancing with a short guy, or girl, or kid. Breathe. Your belly button and your chest is moving towards the inner left thigh. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, reach that right arm up again. Exhale, right hand down. Put your right hand on a block, a stack of books that you're going to read. Whatever you got, you want space between the right shoulder and the right hip. So the pose is you're taking up as much space as you need. Left arm reaches out and up. Maybe you arch the back. Exhale, left hand out and down. Inhale, left arm out and up. Exhale, dive under your right arm. Left hand to the outside of the right ankle. Chin towards your right armpit. Breathe. Breathe. I took a shower this morning. Exhale. Inhale, press into the right hand, lift the left arm up. Exhale, both hands down. Now your feet are pressing down into the earth like you're dragging them towards each other. Your glutes and thighs, inner thighs, pelvic floor, all engaged. We're gonna try it again. Take the hands to the hips, bend the elbows back, shoulder blades towards each other, and maybe the top of the head moves towards the sky. Maybe the hands come down and the hands move in line with the feet. Heels of the hands in line with heels of the feet. And remember I talked about that idea of ahimsa, non-harming in your actions and your thoughts, especially the thoughts about yourself. Ahimsa, practicing non-harming, not just for you, but for all those around you. So maybe you engage those shoulders and the chest feels strong today, and the top of the head is lightly on the earth. You lift the arches of the feet, the pelvic floor, and maybe those feet start to float up off the floor. But then you realize you might hurt yourself or those around you, or you fall out and you're laughing, and that's okay too. Breathe. Long, smooth, deep breath. You know, I was here for thousands of breaths before my feet floated off the floor. So take your time. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Step your right leg back. So now you're back in down dog, where you've been before. Like visiting an old friend inside of yourself. Gaze between your thumbs, exhale to plank. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down. Thumbs at the bottom rib as you lift up into a cobra. Breathe. It can be low or high. How about if we lower and then hover the hands? Breathe. Engage those glutes and thighs and feel the tops of your feet on the earth. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, maybe lift up. Exhale, lower down. Take your hands out wide, and I like to come up onto my fingertips with my elbows bent back. Inhale, lifting up. Gaze over your left shoulder. Make this a nice little twist of the spine. You can let the left hip lift up if you want. And then exhale to the center, lower down. So maybe you come up way to the fingertips now, like there's a cupcake underneath your hand. You're guarding it, it's the last one. Exhale and inhale, lift up. Gaze over your right shoulder. Right hip lifts up a little bit. Remember the glutes and thighs are active. Back to the center. Exhale, coming down. Then take those hands behind you, interlace the fingers, lift the arms. Your inner thighs are touching. Maybe you bend the knees and you realize that your ankles are right there. Go for one. How about just the right one? Bring that right elbow up, shoulder blade towards the spine. Press the right hip into the floor. Your right knee is tracking straight back. You could, if you're feeling groovy, stay here, or take your left hand back. Maybe you lift up. Breathe. Whatever expression of this pose is good for you. Let's switch. So, turn those left toes under, get that knee away from the hip long, bend the knee. Push down into your right forearm, taking hold of that left ankle. Go for the ankle. Let that thigh go. Press the left hip down. Feel the thigh lengthening. Maybe here, maybe you rest your forehead on your forearm. Take your right hand back. So both hands on the same ankle, engaging both glutes, pressing the left hip down. That left thigh lengthens, lifts, hovers. And then maybe you do both. Maybe they slip out from your hands and maybe you rock forward and back. Breathe. All kinds of fun you can have here. Exhale, lower. Release the legs. Stack your forearms underneath your forehead. Let's draw some circles with our feet. Noticing the breath. Seeing if you can find a space inside of yourself. Moving deeper inside of yourself and letting go of things that aren't you. Tops of the feet come to the floor, thighs move together, or maybe you're thinking about that list you're making for the new moon. Inhale, lifting up. Open your heart. Lengthen the neck. Feel the breath in the throat. Hands and knees. Round your back. Lengthen and lift. Round your back. Lengthen and lift. Turn the toes under. Lift the hips. Everything is optional. Stay in down dog or gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Forward and up for cobra. Exhale, down dog. If you didn't like the way it feels, you don't have to do it again. Right foot forward, left heel down, warrior two. Here we are. Press your feet down like you're dragging them towards each other. Left hand around to the top of the right thigh, reaching the right arm up and across the sky. Maybe here you feel good about doing a bind. Maybe not. Breathe. Just an option. It's okay to be creative. Inhale, exhale, reach. Side angle pose. Left hand goes around to the top of the right thigh. Maybe you find a bind here. Something different in the bind. Instead of thinking about moving anywhere, just start to straighten your right leg. Turn your gaze and your heart center up towards the sky. Inhale deep. Exhale, gaze at the earth. Right hand comes down, left arm goes up, and now you're in triangle. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Wide standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, point your toes to the back of the mat. Warrior two. Breathe. Right hand around to the top of the left thigh, sliding across the ceiling. Stretch from the left shoulder to the left hip. Inhale deep. Maybe you try that bind. Long, smooth, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale and exhale to side angle pose. And maybe you notice your body's shaking all over. Mine is. It's okay, I'm just gonna keep breathing through it, letting it go. Letting that extra energy evaporate. Letting go of everything that's not authentically me. There's a lot of that. Breathe. Long, smooth, deep breath. Maybe you try the bind here. Left shoulder inside the left knee. Right hand around to the top of the left thigh. You find your fingers, hold your own hand. We're in this together, right? Comforting yourself. And then you start to straighten the left knee. Turn, twist. Oh, this side's much harder for me. The back of the spine, you want to take it to the kneecap. Oh, is that possible? I don't know. Not today. Inhale deep. Exhale, release the bind. Left hand comes down. Oh, you're in triangle pose. Or something like it. Let go of any ideas of perfection because it does not exist. Every day is different. Bring your right hand down, pivot your feet, wide standing forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen the spine, walk back to the top of the mat, take your right leg back and up. Exhale, maybe you move to Chaturanga Dandasana. Don't let your shoulders go lower than your elbows. Cobra. Down dog. Notice. Say hello to yourself. Notice the space you're creating inside of the body. Right foot forward, left heel down, warrior two. Let's try half moon pose. Left hand to the hip. You're going to take your right hand about a foot outside of your right foot. So lift the back heel and breathe. Maybe lifting the left arm, maybe gazing up, but that left leg is solid. The foot is like you're putting your footprint on the wall. The right leg is strong. The knee is soft. The knee's lifted and the thighs engaged. Reverse half moon. Left leg is the anchor. Point the left knee and toes down towards the floor. Left hand comes down. Get ready. We're going to rotate your belly button towards the inner right thigh. Right arm reaches up. Revolved half moon. Maybe you get fancy. Maybe you're already fancy enough. Inhale, exhale, bring your both hands down. Soften the right leg, lift the left leg up straight towards the sky. Reach down and reach up like you really could touch the ceiling and the floor at the same time. Tuck your chin. Look at those left toes. Move them away from you, press down stronger. Exhale and inhale, left foot meets the right. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Rest right here in this toe stand. It's okay if you're sweating. It's okay if you're shaking. It's okay if you needed to take a rest. Whatever's right for you. Squeeze your thighs together, knees forward, hips to heels. Maybe you reach the arms up. Breathe. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Take your right foot forward. We're going to shift through that wide standing forward fold. Toes point to the back of the mat. Warrior two. Long, smooth, deep breath. If your arms get tired, you can rest them. I do it a lot. Okay, from here, you're going to take your right hand to your hip. Left hand goes about a foot in front and to the left. So you're going to get your foundation ready and lift the back heel. You're going to use the power of your thighs and your breath. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, reach down, leg lifts, solid. Push strong into that left leg. Half moon. Any variation that's appropriate for you. It doesn't have to be exactly like it was on the other side. Take another deep breath. Exhale, bring your right hand down. That left knee is soft, or it can even be bent. Turn your right knee and toes down towards the earth. Right leg is the anchor, solid, glutes strong. Right hand down, left arm reaches up, reverse half moon. Maybe you gaze at your left thumb or not. Inhale and exhale, left hand down. Massage that hamstring and calf that may be on fire. Walk your hands towards your left ankle, gaze up at your right toes. Push down and press up. Breathe. Engage those glutes, even the left one if you can. Inhale deep, exhale, right foot meets the left. Lift your heels, bend your knees, notice. Long, smooth, deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Bring your rib cage towards your thighs, thighs towards your rib cage, reach your arms forward. Lower your heels down. Breathe. Inhale deep, exhale. Heels down. Can you get space inside of yourself and bring those knees into the armpits? Notice my back's a little rounded. I'm going to lift my pelvic floor. Muscles between pubic bone and tailbone. I'm lifting them in and up. Then I'm hollowing out my lower belly away from the tops of the thighs. I'm going to lean back and I'm going to hover the feet. Guess what? I'm in crow pose, Bakasana. Breathe. The back of the neck is in line with the spine, back of the head in line with the spine, right? My chin is not pointed up towards the sky. My feet are active, my thighs are engaged, and I'm sweating. Breathe. Relax those shoulders, lengthen the top of the head away from the tailbone. Bring the feet back down. Take your hands back. Spread the hand wide, broaden the chest. Your feet are hip width apart. Deep breath in, take the knees to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Lift the knees up. Gaze over the right shoulder. Stay with it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Engage the outer edges of the feet.
the glutes, the outer thighs. Lift the chest, open the heart. Feel those shoulder blades moving towards each other down the back of your spine. Top of the head towards the sky. Notice your heart beating. Notice your breath slowing down, or long, smooth, deep breaths. Take your right hand down to the earth, reach your left arm up and overhead. Stretch the side of your body. Left hand to the left knee for a little bit of a twist. Top of the head towards the earth, sky. Exhale to the center. The other arm reaches up across the ceiling. Let that rib cage flare out. Straighten the elbow. Inhale and exhale. Right hand to the knee, left hand to the earth, right behind you. Don't lean back. The foundation is and your connection to your core is where the twist is originating, not from your biceps. Gaze over the left shoulder. And then gaze forward. Breathe. Now that you've gotten your breath regular, easy, but you still are connected to all of that energy inside of yourself, move your spine around. Backs of the hands on the floor. Hips go back to the heels, and then we'll do that little rotation of the wrist. Let's try crow. So I'm going to tell you the easiest way that I learned how to do it. Show yourself compassion. It took me years. Bakasana, this crow pose is kind of like the gateway drug of yoga. First arm balance, you get all excited and you want to do every single one of them. Practice. So I take my toes together, creating space for my diaphragm to move between my thighs, knees up into the armpits, hands spread wide on the earth. I pull my hands towards myself, lifting the toes, rounding the spine like we did when we were seated, knees towards the armpits, elbows over the wrist, chest forward, gaze forward, toes float up and off the mat. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale. Some of you can hop or step back with an exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Or let the toes come down. And you keep trying over and over. Even if you're a little scared, put a pillow under here. So if you fall forward, there's a pillow here. But really, connect to your own inner strength and power. Then you can open your heart and soften and have fun. Come to seated. Lift the legs. Bend the knees. Right leg straight, left leg bent, like tree pose. Turn to the left. Right foot forward, gazing over the left shoulder. Maybe reaching for the big toe, ankle, shin, knee. Breathe. Then reach that left arm up. Turn towards your right leg, right shoulder to right knee. Fold forward. Any variation of this pose that helps you. Right hand around the top of the left thigh. Turn to the right. Inhale deep. Exhale to the center. Bring the legs together. Lift them up or keep them bent. Inhale deep. Exhale. Bend your right knee so you're in a seated tree. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to the left. Maybe your left hand walks around to the top of the right thigh. Inhale deep, exhale with an open mouth. Gaze at your left toes, unwrap. Start to turn to your bent knee to the right. Right hand around to the top of the left thigh. It's okay if you got mixed up. This is the last side. Turn, gaze over the right shoulder. Deep breath in. Top of the head lifts towards the sky. Twist the mid back, the upper back, bend the shoulders. Long, smooth, deep breath. Allow yourself to feel joy. Gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe you reach for your shin, your knee, your ankle. Right arm reaches overhead. Fold, left shoulder to left knee. All through this, you're connected to those muscles between pubic bone and tailbone, drawn in and up with the lower belly in and up. Remember practicing ahimsa, non-harming. Bringing yourself up. Take your hands back. Feeling like yourself again. Lift the hips. Stretch the front of the body open. Exhale and lower. Come to seated or lay down. Allow the breath to breathe you. Maybe you have your favorite essential oil. Mine's lavender. You pretend, if you're one of my students, you know that's the only one I've ever used in class. Imagine you smell the scent, the aroma of lavender, and it begins to soothe you. If you're laying down, trust the earth is going to hold you here. Really let go. Relax your hips, relax your shoulders, relax the top of your head, unclench the jaw. Feel the breath, letting the breath breathe you. Notice the air on your skin. Allowing yourself to sink deeper within. Letting go. Nurturing and cultivating a connection to